Alright, what's going on, guys? This is going to be one of many, hopefully, informative and entertaining videos I'm going to be doing. So my name's Josh Sorheim. I'm part musician, mechanic, jack of all trades, master of none. But I got a bunch of good stories. And this is one of the big ones I wanted to share. It needs to be preserved for posterity. I've been telling the story more and more recently, and I need to just get the facts down and really lock it down so everyone can enjoy. So let me give you some backstory. 2017, it's a big fun year for me, doing a bunch of stuff. I was living out in Los Angeles, and I was working for Bobby Green at Old Crow Speed Shop. I have more stories about that too, will come. But anyway, so 2017, we're in Bonneville, doing some land speed racing with a belly tanker. Super fun. We're doing pretty good. Didn't quite get a record, but that was my first time there, and it was just a blast. So I'm a weird guy. I wanted to have a souvenir. I don't like buying stuff. So what I did is I scraped off the salt from the car, and I put it in a jar. I have jars from all over the country, actually all over the world. I have little jars of dirt and water, you know, weird stuff. But so I had this, and then after Bonneville, a couple months later, I had a gig with my drummer Robert Greenegg. He's going to enjoy me telling this story. We had to go play in Nashville at the Nashville Palace for a show. So me and him climbed into my 1986 Chevy Suburban, loaded with drums, guitars, all kind of stuff. And so we're just going to cannonball it from LA to Nashville. We hop in, we're cannonballing, and I got some good friends, TJ Mays and Jenny Mays in Oklahoma. And we're like, oh, we'll just stop there. So we drove all the way from Los Angeles to Oklahoma City, nonstop, just cannonballing it. We're going along pretty good. We get to Oklahoma City, it's pretty late. I even know it was like 11 or 12 o'clock maybe. I'm dead tired. We're trying to find the spot. I think TJ and Jenny had a new house at that time, so we're trying to find it. I missed the exit, and so then I do this maneuver. I was going to try to make the exit, then I abandoned ship. I was like, oh, I'll just get the next one. Well, behind me there was a police officer. He saw this, he didn't like it too much, so he pulls us over. Starts off, you know, I'm a little tired, I'm cranky, I've been driving all day, so I'm a little touchy. And he's like, hey guys, what's going on? And apparently a 1986 Suburban full of music gear is a little suspicious in Oklahoma. I can't blame him, I guess, now, but I wasn't having it. So he asked us, like, you guys have anything in the car I should know about? We're like, no, you know, we're just musicians traveling to Nashville, just stopping at my buddy's house. Well, he's like, let me get the dog. I want to, you know, just see if the dog responds to the car. Actually, no, first, let me rephrase that. He asked, can I search the car? And I said, no. I was grumpy. I said, no, you can't search the car, nothing in here. So after that, he's like, I'm going to get the dog and just see if it responds. So he gets the dog, and funny enough, the dog responds, and the car gets searched. He's going through the whole car, everything. They took the AC ducts down, the heater ducts, every instrument was opened up on the side of the road. And then what they found in the back is this, Bonneville salt in this jar. And apparently, I didn't know this, but this jar looks like an illegal substance. Now that I know that, they find this, the whole situation changes. Me and Robert get separated. Robert gets put into a car. I don't know if he was cuffed. I got cuffed because I was the driver, I'm assuming. I get cuffed, put in the one squad car, and they're going through the rest of the truck with a fine-tooth comb. I had two revolvers in the car, which I did tell them about earlier. They didn't care about that because they're from the 1890s. Another, you know, hobby. But so they're searching, they don't find nothing. They come back to me and they ask, you know, is there anything in the car else? You guys have anything hidden? I was crabby, and I threw Robert under the bus. I'm like, my drummer's from California, you know, he might have some marijuana or something on him, so you should search him. So I threw Robert under the bus. Sorry, Robert. He didn't have nothing either. So they go through the whole thing. We're there for an hour, probably, going through the whole thing. Cop comes back to me and is like, I've never seen this much of this material, if it was the legal stuff, in a mason jar. He said, this is weird. I'm going to get the other drug guys to come out and test it more. I'm like, that's fine, because it's not what you think it is. So we wait another half hour. Another car pulls up. We had like 4 squad cars at this point behind us. It was a whole deal. So they pull up. They get the jar out. I'm seeing them do a bunch of samples. And first off, when they first took this out, I was watching from the car. They did the test, and that little packet, they did the thing. It turned blue. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It's just salt from Bonneville. So that's what set the whole thing off. So the next drug guys come. They get their big briefcase out. They got all their science gear. They're going through it. And eventually, after 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I see him open the jar. They're looking at it again. The guy tastes it and licks it. And then they all start laughing. Meanwhile, Robert was in his car listening to our CD. So Robert got the nice cop. I got the mean cop. So they got all that settled out. They find this. They figured out what it was. They're like, okay, it's just salt. Come back to me. Let me out. Uncuffed me. We're all good to go. And then they got another call and they had to take off. So me and Robert had to put all of our stuff back into the car, which was a nightmare. And then I was just tired and flustered, so I called my mom. And I'm like, Mom, got tested for substance. I was in cuffs. I'll call you in the morning. And I hung up, and then we just drove to TJ and Jenny's and fell asleep. So Mom was not happy the next morning when I filled her on the rest of the story. But yeah, so that was, and we did actually make the gig, and everything else went pretty good. But yeah, so if just so future reference, if you have Bonneville salt, be careful and don't keep it in a mason jar on the back of your car. So that's one of the interesting stories that we've had in my lifetime so far. So I'll probably put a couple more together, but that story I know had to be first and preserved. So Robert, sorry I threw you under the bus that time. It all worked out in the end. But so stick around. I'm going to show some more stories. I have a bunch of stuff I'm working on. I'm going to start documenting this stuff. You know, I got a lot of history stuff. If you like steam engines, cars, hot rods, VHS restoration, I kind of do a bunch of odd stuff. If you like odd stuff, you know, stick around. I'll probably be doing some videos on it. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you did, you know, let me know.